The Shapes of Words Within Us was published first in May 2020 in The Wild Word and nominated by them for Best of the Net 2020 and received a special mention in the Desmond O'Grady International Poetry Competition of that year. In this poem, I am returning once more to a topic which seems to be among my core interests when writing, and that is migration. But in this poem, I don't approach that topic from a personal point of view, but rather try to establish a critical point of view on how Europe behaves toward refugees, because we all know that the war in Syria is still not over. There's still people coming over because they're fleeing the violence and all the terrible things happening there. I hesitate to speak about a refugee crisis because it sounds as if the crisis was brought about by refugees, which I think is not true. It is partly, I think, brought about by our inability or unwillingness to deal with the rest of the world from a non-Eurocentric point of view. But that Eurocentric point of view, that looking at those terrible things just in passing, just taking a glance basically, that's something I try to capture in this poem. The Shapes of Words Within Us. Premature bushes lure springbirds with a promise of future homes before January wind and wet lash down through no leafage. We witness the demise, walled in safely in our four walls fortress, not quite like Europa and Taurus. From the fire smouldering out, a shadow reaches over, as if to shed darkness. In our garden, birdsong lapses into silence, like our crying speech falls, as if to fail. Storm beats around the shapes of words within us, messages we have unlearned to convey. We are a dream, interrupted by contempt for drowning strangers, too self-righteous to catch up with ourselves. We will carry their portraits on our retina. We'll get used to not living with them, to poetry as only a handful of words dropped onto a page.